Hi, this is a quick tutorial about how to set up your studio in your home office or school or work office, wherever you're at and you're remote, so that you can do a great media interview or public speaking opportunity type Zoom or virtual interview. So as you can see with my screen right here, I'm centered into the screen. I'm not too high up into the screen. I'm not too low into the screen. You want to kind of frame yourself up center with enough head space so that it looks natural and enough chest space too, so that when they put your name in the lower thirds, that kind of makes sense, right? You want to plant yourself so that you're not rocking in a chair back and forth or side to side. I have a mobile chair here, and that's pretty common. You actually want to set your feet down on the ground and plant them so that you don't move. Once you're in that great spot, that you're set. You want to take a look at your whole space to see what am I saying or showing here. So for example, if I was going to do a media interview, I might take off this image because it looks kind of crooked and it's kind of pulling my attention. The little image I have here might be distracting because it's got some lettering in it. So I might evaluate that, for example, or I might take a look at, gosh, my bookshelf looks messy. How can I, fix that, right? How can I account for that? So maybe I'm scooting in, maybe I'm a little bit to the left. And then of course you can use like the blur background, particularly if you're in a space that's not as aesthetic as you want it to be. You just got to make sure you don't move back and forth, because when you do that on the blurry background or one of those virtual backgrounds, it looks a little alien like, right? Like you're moving. But like I'm doing when you're doing an interview, you want to look straight into the camera. A trick for that is you look for the light. So on a laptop, you'll either have a little green light or blue light or red light that shows you your camera's on. If you have a off laptop or off screen light video camera, you might have a different light, but mine is looking at me. So when you're actually delivering, particularly if you're in an interview, you want to look straight in that camera lens and not on the screen, particularly when someone is talking to you on the screen. And that's really, really tricky. So if you need to kind of look up and down, that's pretty natural for folks. But if you're delivering an important point, you're going to want to look straight in the camera, just like I'm doing, so that you feel that connection just like you did with me, right? And I'm smiling right at you, and it feels super awkward because I'm looking in a camera, but it looks very natural to viewers. And when they are talking with you, you want to make sure you're watching your face. And I have a very serious resting face, so what I'm thinking and whatnot looks very rude. I don't know why. But my smile is really big and helps. So if it's a positive story, a happy story, I want to lighten it up a little bit. I use my smile a lot. And you are welcome to use your hands a lot too. So that is something that you can kind of use and play to make a point in the frame as well. It's pretty dynamic and natural to do. If your hands are really far below and it's too awkward to do that, that's okay too. If you need to make notes, it's a longer experience like a webinar, that can be quite natural to do too. Just want to look up like you're engaged every now and then. But for most interviews, if it's a media interview, you're looking straight at that camera. You're listening for the question. You're delivering it with some kind of passion and empathy, inflection in your voice, right? If you can. And you just don't want to be monotone and boring, off center, wiggling, moving around. You can see the differences. The other thing I love to tell people is if you have a mic, an external mic, that's fantastic to use, wonderful. Doesn't have to be in view. Mine is not in view, but it picks up very well. You can use a headset like the headsets that come with the mic, but you just want to make sure it's not right here, because then all your P's will pop on the mic. You want to have it drop down actually a little bit lower than that. And if it's an AirPod or something that's Bluetooth, just make sure that there's no interference, they're charged up, and you don't have disconnection problems. For your studio, make sure you're in a location that is quiet. I have like a home office right here, and I have a door that literally has a lock on it and a sign on the outside so people know when I'm recording or doing something of that importance. We want to make sure we turn off sounds that may ding or ping, including the phone or your email provider, or if you have Facebook up and someone DMs you, right? So in that moment, clean screen except for your Zoom so that your memory's working good. There's no kind of RAM problems. Make sure your computer or your laptop or your phone or your tablet is actually fully charged or ideally plugged in. And if you have Wi-Fi issues, just get to a space where you're not in that situation, or you are hardwired for internet, which is the optimal situation. I know I'm not in that space, but I do have a Wi-Fi extender that helps me within a larger office be able to project that Wi-Fi signal strong. So sit up straight, right? Look your best, dress for like you're going on TV, even though you may be in a home office or sometimes on the go. You want to be dressed easy to throw a blazer on. If you have a logo polo for your school work, that's great. If you have a logo t-shirt that kind of sets the stage, or if you have that virtual backdrop, that's okay too. Just again, don't move around a lot in it so you're all wavy. But practice, turn it all on. You'll probably test with the producer right before, take their tips, run with that, and just make sure that you're delivering your message in a way that you look good doing so, you feel good doing so, and that you're proud of and passionate about when you're done. Thank you.